Hey there, and happy Friday. I feel like it's been so long since I've been live with you, but it was just such a good month in November to see so many of you at in-person events. And then the holiday, we actually traveled. We found out that our son's football team, his first playoff game was in Montana. So we made the trek to Montana, and that was a beautiful drive. And some of you are playing along with me. I have a giveaway that's currently going on, even though the deadline to give your answer has passed. But for those of you that are wondering if your guess is on par or not, so the question is for the giveaway is how many states will I be traveling in this month, this next month, so like in the course of like 6 weeks or so. And so part of the fun is I'm not sure based on like my son's football schedule and such if he will still be playing and how long and where he will be going, and we kind of find that out after every game. So there's a little bit of fun on my end that I'm not even sure, and you guys are having fun figuring out where I've been. So far I've been traveling in the state of Minnesota, because you can't get to South Dakota without traveling through Minnesota, even though I'm here. So hi Sandra, hi Lisa. So if you're keeping track, so far the states are Minnesota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Montana. So those are 4 states that I've covered now, just as of like last week. So you can make those tally marks there, and I'll keep track as well. All right, now let's get to the card fun. So here we have a fun and easy Christmas card. This was at one of my recent classes, and people loved it. So it features some embossing powder that's newer to Stampin' Up, so I'll show you that too. Hi Faith, hi Renee. So let me get my camera turned around here, and let's see there. All right. Oh, and Lisa said my grandson's high school team won at state. That's so exciting. And did they win football? I'm kind of curious, because it could be soccer, it could be lots, different things. So that's always exciting to see them compete and do well. And it's a memory that they'll never forget when it ends like that. How fun. All right, so this is my card facing this way. It says Season's Greetings. Sometimes when things are embossed, the way the light catches it and such, it's always hard to know, but I think it's catching it well. All right, so we've got that, and the greetings that I'm using today come from an online exclusive, Greetings of the Season. Oops, that's not part of it. So we've got all these words here, Greetings of the Season, and it's bundled with Greetings of the Season's dies. So these are the ones that you can make tags out of also. They have the little holes in there to put ribbon through, or any kind of like baker's twine or something to attach it to a package. So these are really nice to go with it. I have used a few of these. I'm not a big tag girl when it comes to presents, and I think part of that stems from my husband coming from such a large family. I come from a large family. Both of us are one of 7. So we don't know any small get-togethers. Lots of presents are always happening. So I feel like making special tags, like, what are you going to focus on, and where are you going to put your energy is what it boils down to. And we are busy people. So I don't do a lot with tags, but those that do, like, you can make some really beautiful tags out of this. So I'm deciding to put my energy of this bundle into the cards for now, right? And maybe that'll change. And so far, like, our family seems small, with just 3 kids, 1 in-law, 3 grandkids. So that could change too. So I've got that. And like I said, it's an online exclusive, so that is still available. As I use products or showcase them through today's video, I will kind of let you know like what's available, because I still want to call it the retiring list. The mini catalog has posted its last chance list, put it that way. And yet some of the online exclusives have moved to that. This one has not. And then now the next thing that I'll be using is this Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder, one of those nice like 6x6 size. And so this one is not retiring that I've seen on the list, but it is currently available. So if you try to plug it in, don't think, oh no, that's sold out. It's currently unavailable, but it looks like the next supply of this will be coming in the week of December 30th. So that's the good news. The bad news is you could still use it for 3 more months, because of, if you live in Minnesota, you can be almost guaranteed that there'll be snow through March, if not more. Hi there, Lori. Hi, Rosina. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. All right, so what we've got here then, let's see, I think I'll just kind of tell you what's about the other products as I go on. So let me get started with the card. So actually the card base that I used for the class, I'm going to just give that a fold on my crease. I always cut the cardstock in half for my classes, and I score it. So when class attendees go to make their card, they have a nice crease to go with. And a lot of times people will comment on that, so I know it is appreciated and doesn't go unnoticed. So the card base, I'm actually using up some thick vanilla. I know Stampin' Up! Recently retired the thick vanilla, and because it is such a good product, I'm kind of sad, but I've learned not to hoard, because then I've got to store it and look at it. And so like anything, you have to share it to bring joy, right? So I will use this up until it's all gone. So thick vanilla for the card base. And then because I try to do steps ahead of time for my classes, this is 4 by 5 1/4, and I did emboss it with that 3D snowflake sky 3D embossing folder in there too. Like depending on how the light hits it or not, there's lots of snowflakes at the top, and then it kind of goes from the little tiny dots to bigger flakes and just kind of phases out towards the bottom. Or vice versa. Actually, it should go like that. Yeah, because as it snows, it piles up. Now, before I put this on my card, I want to put some ribbon on. And so the card that I used here, that's the shaded spruce. I'm now on the back. Yeah, I want to make sure that there's nothing I was missing in all the languages on the front. This is the satin and sheer ribbon. I did look this up also online, just to see if that was going to be going away or not, and I don't see that, so that must be a carryover item, which for those of you that think, oh yay, then I can use it for my St. Patrick's Day projects, and some of you might laugh, but a lot of people are really excited about making cards for St. Patrick's Day, and they were so excited when Stampin' Up! Came out with some St. Patrick's Day items and punches in the past. So I thought, well, I'm going to show you, this was last year's ribbon. It was kind of a ribbon combo of some real red and shaded spruce. And I always like to show differences, because sometimes when I have classes, I like to just put out different varieties and kind of watch and see what people like. Sometimes they like exactly what I did on my sample card. And a lot of times they see that and go, okay, what's different? And that's what I'm going to use, because I want to see what my card looks like done in a different way. So yeah, there's no description there, because it's in one of those baggies. That's a 2-pack. So I've got that going there, and now it's ready to put on my card. So this could be one of those frustrating cards that people just put the base layer with this next layer, and then go, oh, I should have put that ribbon on. So I've got that. All right. Okay. There. So that's good on there. And then the next thing that I want to build up, and like I said, very quick and easy card. So if you like something that's kind of a classy, traditional Christmas card, these come together in no time at all. And if you have a stash of Christmas paper that you're like, how do I get rid of? I don't know if this would be a good recommendation or not, because this uses a 3 by 4 inch, so you can actually make 12 cards out of just one sheet of paper. Also, again, I make a ton of Christmas cards, but it would take me quite a few pieces, you know, to use up a stack this way. But if you think, oh gosh, I just don't want to use up this pretty paper, this would be a good one too, because like I said, you can get 12 of these 3 by 4 cuts out of one 12 by 12 sheet of this pretty paper. This is the Sentimental Christmas. So a couple things about this. This will be retiring. There's no sale on it, so it's still its original $12.50 price, but it is available while supplies last. I did look it up before I went live. It's still available. And then this is also the one that Stampin' Up! Is donating. I think it's $3 per package to their charity. And in the past, like we've done like food, people that don't have food, the food issue program, or I think this one is literacy, I think. So I'm not for sure, but this is going to have a donation attached to it when you purchase it. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of that, and then I'm going to back it with the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of shaded spruce. So that's all ready to go. And actually, I think I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and put that on the back. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, everybody was like, oh, this card's so pretty. And they've just, like, I love it when people realize that, like, pretty can still be simple and everything, too. Okay, I'm going to put some dimensionals on here, like so. I'm gonna leave off, sometimes if it's this big I put one in the middle, but I'm gonna pop up the sentiment, and so I don't want to put too much bulk because that's gonna kind of be in the center. And let's see, I think I want to center it a little bit more if my dimensionals didn't stick too much. There we go. I'm gonna bring this up just a notch, and I always like try to pull over that ribbon. It's kind of like forcing your fighting kids to put their arm around each other to not fight anymore. Yeah, that goes really well sometimes, right? Okay, good enough. All right, now what I've done ahead too is from the Unbounded Love dies. I've die cut this little piece here, and I'm going to stamp our sentiment and then emboss that. So with a Versamark pad and the greetings of the season stamp set, I am going to get that ready to go. But I have the embossing toolkit, and with that comes the embossing buddy. And sometimes if you get like finger oils or something on here, it's nice to just run that embossing buddy over it so that nothing else sticks that you don't want. And then when you ink up your Versamark and your greeting, you've got a nice thing. So for some reason, and I've been on the go too, I lost my tweezers. And so thankfully I have this clothespin here in my little Roscog 3-tier cart. So that's what I'm using for now, because once I give in and either buy a whole new set of the embossing toolkit, then that tweezers is going to show up, you guys. It will. Okay, so this is the gold Wow embossing powder. I'm just gonna sprinkle that on there. And so yes, it looks like this, the Wow. And people have been noticing, I've been hearing from a lot of demonstrators, like, this Wow is a really good Wow. Let me bring over the other packages. So the one Wow that this comes from is the Metallics Wow embossing powder. And so there's copper and silver in there. And then the other Wow embossing powder set, this is the basics. And so you'll get black, clear, and white in this one. But the gold, I feel like even in the video when I said, oh, I hope that, you know, that this shows up based on the lighting and everything, I just feel like it's a richer, denser look. It just shows up a lot easier. And a lot of people think, oh, you got to hurry. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of talking, and nothing's going to happen bad with that sitting there, that powder. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it overnight or anything. I'm just waiting for my heat gun to warm up. Hi there, Pam. Good to see you. And so now I'm just going to, it'd be great if the camera, and I don't know, maybe you guys, yeah, I think it is going to show how it just pops. Like when I first started stamping 30 plus years ago, there was something just magical about the embossing thing that just got me. And so I wanted a heat gun, and we were just starting out as a married couple, and I was at a Stampin' Up! Party before I started selling it myself shortly after that. And so they called my husband, and he was home, and they said, your wife really loves this. Like, you should surprise her and get her a heat gun for Christmas. And boy, was that a surprise. Like, obviously I still remember to this day, like, how many memorable gifts have you received? And so I want to share that because I just thought it was so fun that my friends knew how crazy I was about this whole stamping thing, and that my husband also just realized, gosh, she's just really loving this. So that's my embossing story for that. Okay, so now we've got that kind of about 2/3 up. And then for embellishing that, then I've got those Druzy. They're called Druzy adhesive backed embellishments. And these have been just gorgeous to use. And they must be carrying over as well, because when I looked them up just now, they're available. Plus there's nothing that says like last chance or something attached to that. So I'm just going to put these like a large and then small, and then a small at the top. But that just really kind of just pulls this together, and actually kind of makes the trees look more glittery just by adding an embellishment next to it. You could step it up with like Wink Stella and put that over your trees as well. Now for the inside, sometimes I do just a straight ink, but I thought, oh, people love embossing, and I feel like I haven't embossed for a while at my classes. So I took from that same stamp set, Greetings of the Season, I put on one block the ampersand and sign there, and Happy New Year. So that's what that's going to say. And I closed up my embossing lid here. All right, so I'm just going to put that on. And I forgot to run my embossing buddy over that. So we're going to see. Maybe it's good that I didn't, so people can see, because there is some extra stuff that wants to stick there, and even over here for some reason there, but not terrible. All right, so now I'm going to heat that up. Hi there, Deb. So yeah, so the Happy New Year. These are 3 separate stamps, but like I said, it was so easy with our blocks to just put those all together on one block, and then they all stamp out together so that people at the class didn't have to worry about lining things up. Of course, if it's not lined up good, that's a problem, but I think this looks pretty decent here, so we got that. All right, so we've got Season's Greetings and Happy New Year, and this dries very fast, so people sometimes are like hesitant, like, oh, how many days until I can touch it, or hours or minutes or whatever, and it really does. Like you can see, I just gave it a crease, and nothing over here, nothing smeared there, but yeah, just a really pretty finish to our new embossing powders. And I know it was a long time coming. These were unavailable for quite a while we were waiting for a company to come through that was of the quality that we wanted and such. So I think they nailed it with this. So yeah, yes. Oh yes, Pam. I have a thoughtful husband. Like some people just like aren't happy with their husbands. Like I like kind of hit the jackpot there. So I'm not gonna complain. Is he perfect? No. And I think that's good too, because like that'd be kind of hard to live up to that on my end, right? All right, so here we have some inspiration. I do have a December host code going, so if you are ordering and it's less than $150, use the code. If it's over, don't use the code and then redeem your own rewards. And either way, you'll get something from me in the mail that way as well. So it is the weekend upon us now. So I hope, though, I have like my next project geared up and ready to go. So hopefully early next week I can show you that. And depending on how creative I get. It could be one of those 2-for-1 videos, because it's going to be a die cutout, and so I'm kind of like wondering if I can get something for a second card for inspiration for you guys with the inside of the die cut, and see if something like comes together with that. So that could be kind of fun. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, it is a really pretty card based on that that paper, just and the embossing just kind of connecting together in it, but so simple, which is great too. So have a great weekend. See you again. Bye bye.